We're doing a little Scream bonus episode, and this is going to be because Scream 7 is coming out at the end of this month. I'm going to be watching that and dropping a review for it next month. If you've been following along, you'll know that I'm rewatching the entire Scream franchise right now, from 1 to 6. First time I've sat through all of them consecutively like this. I think I've seen them all at least once at this point. And we're about to watch Scream 6. I wanted to do some bonus stuff for the Scream franchise, and this is something I was inspired to do this because I made the rash decision to join a Scream fan club on Facebook. And this was a mistake on my part. I should have never done this. I should have known right away. You don't ever join a movie fan club on Facebook. It's always going to turn out bad. And you know, most of it, I'm mostly observe when it comes to Facebook, especially. Like occasionally I'll get on there and check some stuff, see what people's opinions are and whatnot. And you know, it's fun. It's fun listening to most of the takes. I will say the one take that I'm getting a little sick of is the question of whether or not Stu Macher is going to be alive.
What?
Is Stu Macher going to be the killer in Scream 7? The answer is obviously no. I don't know why that's even a debate to have at this point, because they've announced Matthew Lillard in the movie. If he was going to be the killer, they wouldn't fucking announce him to be in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Why would they do that? I feel like there's no chance. The only thing that makes me think there might be a chance is because it would be like a double fake out at that point where they're like, nah, it'd be too obvious. Most people are going to see right through that. But then they double down and they're like, actually, he is the fucking killer. Because we made it so obvious. Kind of like in the first Scream movie where it's kind of obvious that Billy's probably the killer. But you think, nah, couldn't be Billy. It's too damn obvious. And then it is. And it's kind of like, well, pretty good. So maybe they are fucking us along right there with the whole Matthew Lillard announcement. But I personally think it's going to be more like the Randy situation or like the Maureen situation or like the Billy Ghost situation in Scream 5. I don't think he's actually going to be there, or it's going to be some sort of a flashback, or possibly even like a homemade video that him and Billy made at some point when they were younger, and maybe they'll de-age his ass like they did to old Bill. Maybe they'll de-age Bill. Stu Macher's ass in this movie. I don't know, probably not. But anyway, what prompted me to want to do this is because, so I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to post one of my Scream takes in this Scream fan chat, and everybody's going to love it and nobody's going to be pissed at all about it. And all it was just my one take from this recent watch of the first Scream movie. This was my only like negative thing that I have to say about the first Scream movie. And I don't think it's that big of a fucking deal, but it did make me question, like, why did they do this? And it's when Billy gets stabbed with the umbrella. If you listen to my episode on Scream, I went on about that for quite a while, and it dropped the movie down half a point for me. Still my favorite Scream movie in the franchise. Still one of my favorite slashers / whodunits that I've seen so far anyway. But that one moment did stand out to me. I was like, you know, that just feels kind of fucking dumb. They should have used a different weapon. It's an umbrella. I get that. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the same rant as I did on the episode. Not yet, anyway. But I posted in the thing, in the fan site, the fan Facebook page, I posted in there and said, yeah, I don't understand why this umbrella hit hurt Billy so bad. And immediately, like, in my opinion, I was like, this is like 3 people are going to like this. Maybe a couple people will comment on it. I haven't gone back and looked at it recently or anything like that. I did it like while I was on lunch at work or some bullshit like that, you know, just like kind of half-assed. I was thinking about it. I was on break. I was like, hey, I might as well. I'm checking out the fan page right now. Maybe it'll start up a nice little discussion about why this umbrella attack hurt Billy so goddamn much. But what ended up happening was, well, there was like 80 comments by the time I looked at my phone next, and I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And I thought it was I was like, oh, maybe it's a mistake or something. Well, half of the comments were people telling me, oh, the reason it hurt Skeet Ulrich so much was because the stunt double missed his chest plate and actually hit him in the chest, and he had a heart surgery and it really hurt him in real life. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. And I saw that comment first and I thanked the person. I said, thanks for the movie trivia. What I actually meant was not Skeet Ulrich, the actor, but Billy Loomis, the character in the movie. Why did it hurt him so much? So then the other like 40 or 50 comments were people, threatening me, vaguely threatening to stab me with an umbrella so that I could find out why it hurt so bad, or just calling me like a dumbass and being like, oh yeah, why do you think it fucking hurt, dumbass? Because getting stabbed with an umbrella would fucking hurt. I was like, yeah, obviously. That's the thing was, and I explained this later, I edited the post, I left my original comment and I edited underneath it to be completely transparent. And I just said, when I say why did it hurt him, I meant why did it fucking knock him unconscious for like 2 minutes? Not why would getting stabbed in the chest with an umbrella cause physical pain, god damn it. I thought that would be clear. At the same time, looking back on it, I'm like, you know what? I take certain things for granted, I guess. And I should have been more clear straight from the bat that I meant, why did it incapacitate him for so long, getting hit in the chest with an umbrella, not in the head? That was my complaint when I was watching the movie. I was like, if they really wanted to knock him out so that Stu could battle Sydney and then get fucking killed by the TV, why not have her pop out of the damn closet with a mag light and smack him over the head and knock him out for a minute, which would, be a little more realistic. Even getting knocked out for a minute or a minute and a half from like one shot to the head isn't super common unless you get like whiplash to the ground or punched out like by a fucking amazing punch. I mean, if you watch boxing or MMA or anything like that, you see people get slept out, but there's times when they get slept out and they're literally back up within 5-10 seconds. And of course, there's the moments when people are out for a minute or so, but those people, like, they've got doctors in there like resuscitating them and shit, and they look like they're fucking dead because they got their clock cleaned bad as fuck. Not from getting hit in the chest with an umbrella. And so I went back and watched it and everything, and I was like, okay, it looks like a pretty nasty shot, but at the same time, I just don't know if it would knock you out. The only point that was made in that whole thread of people just like calling me a fucking retard and stuff like that and saying that I'm a dipshit and that I should stab myself with an umbrella and that I should get my ass kicked and, stuff like that and go bury myself neck deep in the snow and just wait until the birds peck my eyes out. All sorts of great comments like that on there, which really, really awesome stuff from the Scream fan page. But after all that was said and done, the only good point was some lady that said something like, well, he just got stabbed. And this, she wasn't polite either. I'll just go ahead and say that. But it was at least like a more thoughtful comment. But she could have been a little fucking nicer about it, you fucking bitch. No, just kidding. She's seemed like a great person. But she was saying something about how like, well, he did just get stabbed. Maybe the pain threshold or whatever caused his blood pressure to rise and it caused him to temporarily pass out or whatever. And it's like, yeah, maybe. But don't you think it would just be easier to smack him over the fucking head with like a steel toe boot or a hammer that might be in the closet? Because, everyone has like tools and shit laying around their house. I don't know. Just spearing him in the chest with a fucking umbrella, or even like spear him in the chest and then when he falls down, boot him in the fucking head when he's like laying, when he crashes to the ground. It just doesn't, we'll watch the clip and you'll be the judge. So we'll go ahead and get into it.
Ready? Yeah. Yeah! I'm ready, baby! All right! Get up! Yeah, man, get up! Hit it!
And I'm playing some more, obviously, than just that part. We're just going to go ahead and go through the whole ending scene because might as well. It's a great ending scene here, despite the umbrella criticism that I have for the movie. And because we're also going to talk about the Stu Macher news, right? That's important, I think.
Go on, man. Jesus. Oh, It's my turn.
Don't forget, stay to the side and don't go too deep.
Okay. I remember. Ah! Fuck! God damn it, Stu! Sorry, Billy. I guess I got a little too zealous, huh?
Give me the knife.
Oh. Give me the knife. Now! You see, Sid, everybody dies but us. Everybody dies but us. We're gonna carry on and plan the sequel, because let's face it, baby, these days, you gotta have a sequel. Ah! Ah!
He's sick for fuck's sake. You've seen one too many movies.
Now, Sid, don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
It's 4 stabs.
Stop it, Billy, would you, all right? I can't take anymore. I'm feeling a little woozy here.
Anyways, you get the gun, and I'll untie Pops, okay?
So I guess my point is like Stu Macher not being alive, I think makes a lot more sense once you kind of take into consideration the amount of times he was stabbed before having the TV dropped off on his head. You know what I mean? I don't know. And the other, I guess, I think the obvious thing is just that when Stu Macher is killed in this movie afterwards, is it like there's no more mention of him being alive? You think at some point in the franchise somebody would have said, oh, you know, well, Stu Macher's not dead. Maybe we should check on him as like to be any of the other killers in the entire fucking franchise. And I see people explain that away by being like, oh no, it's because his family's rich. His family's not that fucking rich. Like this, yeah, this is a cool house and shit like that, but they live in, you know, and I guess, yeah, they live in California. So they're rich for, you know, they seem to be like middle class for California, like upper middle class for California, which don't get me wrong. That's a lot of money. That's not like disappear your serial killer son money though. You would need to be like millionaires, billionaires, stuff like that. I would say at best, maybe they're like high 6 figures, which, you know, this isn't a fucking financial podcast, so we're not going to be worrying about that. I'm going to skip ahead. Oh my God, we got an ad.
With vanilla milk chocolate almond. That's
I love YouTube ads.
We're going to play a little game. It's called
So yeah, so Gail interrupts, Sydney gets away, you know, yada, yada, yada. Stu is clearly way more hurt than Billy. Billy got one stab to the side, and this is kind of my point that's going to push up against the argument that the pain threshold was too high and that he was already like severely hurt.
Just called the police and reported you. Sorry, motherfucking ass.
I mean, look at this. Stu got stabbed in the stomach and the arm, and he's got blood coming out of his fucking mouth. To me, that says like maybe he had a lung punctured or something like that, or, you know, it's not good. If you get stabbed in the stomach and blood's coming out, you're coughing up blood, basically just leaking blood out of your mouth, you probably need to get to the fucking hospital and not have a TV dropped on your fucking head and get electrocuted.
Find it, you dipshit! Get up! I can't, Billy. Oh, you cut me too deep. I think I'm dying here, man. Hello?
Oh, Stu. What's your motive? Billy's got one. The police are on their way. What are you gonna tell them?
Peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive. I'm gonna rip you up, you bitch! Just like your fucking mother!
You gotta find me first, you pansy-ass mama's boy!
Fuck!
Not to mention the phone to the back of the head. That had to fucking hurt.
Fucking hit me with a phone, dick! Fucker, where are you? Ah!
And that's, see, Billy going nuts right here. He's got all this energy. He's physically fine enough to tear up this fucking couch and throw shit around and trash the place, you know, but he's too weak to take a shot from an umbrella. Not to mention the amount of adrenaline that would have to be going through these fuckers at this time. It's hard to believe that the umbrella shot's going to take him out, but we're almost there.
Did you really call the police?
You're sorry ass, I did.
My mom and dad are gonna be so
That doesn't look like someone that's getting knocked out by an umbrella hit to the chest. Sorry. All right, see. Now look. This is what I'm talking about. It's just cracked me up. Why? Let's just see that again. Let's see if we can we slow this down? Is that a thing? Playback speed. Can we go slower? Yeah, let's do slow-mo so we can really get the idea. So, yeah. And he's out. He's fucking knocked out cold from that. I don't know. To me, that just it's not like a deal breaker or anything. It's honestly not that big a deal, but it did make me laugh this last time when I watched the movie, and I was like, yeah, I don't know about that, guys. I don't know if the umbrella shot's going to knock him unconscious. Like, I get it if he's hurt and it takes him a little while to recover, but he's awake. But for him to just he literally just basically turns his head to the side and falls asleep. What? Why? Because of a shot to the chest, an umbrella stab to the chest? I don't know. Just seems a little silly to me. And before we get into this, so I thought, I need some more credibility to back this up, because I know, apparently nobody's going to agree with me in that whole in that whole giant thread, which I don't feel that bad about, considering most of the discussion on there is literally just about what, people trying to explain why they think Stu Macher's alive and why they think it's not going to be some sort of shoehorned in cameo just to get Matthew Lillard back into the movie because he's a fan favorite, and we've got Kevin Williamson back, doing the directing for this movie. Seems like it's probably more along the lines of those things, but the people in the group were basically mostly just talking about shit like that, or why they think Roman Bridgers is going to be the killer. And it's like, Roman's not alive. I don't know. There's a lot of people that are clearly dead in the franchise. That's this group. I can't tell if it's just them butt fucking around and trolling, you know what I mean, at this point. But that's the majority of the posts in there are just about people that are clearly dead. Even Dewey, they're oh, the killer's going to be Dewey. I don't think so. Not unless they what? Unless it just gets really fucking wacky and they're yeah, we took Dewey's brain out of his body and we put it into a fucking Robo-Cop, and now Dewey is, well, that would actually be pretty cool if they, because then, since Dewey was a cop and they turn him into Robo-Cop, and then the Scream franchise could be a prequel to Robo-Cop. Honestly, I kind of like that better than anything else I've heard so far. But basically, I wanted some more credibility to back my point of view up, and so I asked my doctor, my my go-to, what is that called? My general physician or whatever. I said, "Hey, would you mind just answering this quick question for me? It's for a YouTube channel." And she was like, "Sure, yeah." But then when I explained it, I showed her the video, I showed her the Facebook thread, and I explained what the video was going to be. She said, "Fuck no, get the fuck out of my office, quit wasting my time with this fucking bullshit Scream dog shit. I never want to see you again," and she fired me as a patient. So I did the next best thing. I brought out my Ouija board. When I was growing up, I had this German doctor who worked in this small little office with his Indian wife, and his name was Dr. Segethi. He was my favorite doctor, although he did scare me pretty bad most of the time because he had like this rocket cannon heater in there that he would crank on that was loud as fuck, and he would always give me like shots. And he was never nice about it, you know, like nowadays when kids get shots, I feel like they're like, you know, here's a sucker or something. And they do it really fast. He was just like, I'll give you the fucking shot or I will, you know, you're getting the fucking shot, whether you like it or not. And I was just like, okay, I'm 4, motherfucker. And he just grabbed me and like fucking inject that shit into me. And I don't even know what he was injecting into me. I don't know if it was anything that he was, you know, important or not. I do think it's probably explains why I'm so goddamn strong now. I think he was grooming me to be like a steroid patient or whatever, and he was just shooting these fucking needles into my neck and stuff like that to make me super strong. I don't know what the end goal was. He was pretty old, so maybe he just thought it would be fun, and maybe he thought I would benefit from it. Like he's like, you will be the next super athlete, motherfucker. But anyway, I got my Ouija board out. I contacted Dr. Segethi. I showed him the video. I showed his ghost the video, you know, and I said, what do you think about this? Do you think this would actually knock somebody out? And he said, no. He said, he looked. So, thanks. See, now it's settled. Dr. Segethi said there's no chance in hell that would actually knock somebody out. So let's get to the next point. Is Stu really dead? Okay, he's dead. Oh, that didn't even hurt him. Wait a minute. What the hell? I never even realized that shit. First of all, what happens here? Oh! He gets like judo flipped after being stabbed 4 times, and then he gets fucking straight up. His nuts have to be completely pulverized at this point. There's nowhere for him to move. She's got him pinned down to the ground, and she just drops a heavy ass knee right on his nuts, and he has no response to it. He just decks her. The punch hurt him worse than the giant knee to the nuts that would kill any other man. I don't know what Stu Macher is made out of, but I don't know. Maybe he does those Chinese drills that you see the karate people doing when they're just getting like nailed in the nuts with logs and baseball bats and stuff like that.
I always had a thing for you, Sid.
Okay, the bite hurt worse than the nut shot. Ew!
In your dreams.
All right. So here's the thing. If you've never picked up one of these goddamn TVs before, they're about 100 fucking pounds, and the glass is about 3 inches thick. And I know how heavy they are because after Dr. Segethi would inject me with them things, whatever those things were, he would make me walk around the office with one of these on my back, make me strong or whatever. So I understand how heavy this fucking TV is. We had one in our room. We used to have to, anytime we wanted to rearrange our room, me and my brothers, two of my brothers, we shared the same room. So anytime we thought of a cooler setup for our room, we had to pick this fucker up and carry it around our rooms by ourselves. And let me tell you, if you dropped this thing, you were fucked. Your foot was getting broken. If it made you fall over, it's probably why we all have fucking back problems now as adults and stuff like that. Stu's dead, guys. If that fucking thing lands on your head after you've been stabbed enough to make blood come out of your mouth and you get electrocuted, that's the thing. It's not like it didn't electrocute him too. We clearly see his fucking ass getting electrocuted. I don't know why anybody thinks that. See, look at him. He's getting electrocuted. And you even hear the TV electrocuting him. Fucking, yeah. Anyway, so this whole time, Billy's been knocked out too. Keep that in mind. That's my other point is like, I get it. Umbrella stab to the chest would hurt. Why is he knocked out for so long? He's knocked out longer than fucking Randy, and Randy got shot.
I probably should be. I never thought I'd be so happy.
I know
to be
it's
a
not
virgin.
that long. I'm just joking about that. And there is.
Say hello to your mother.
And so he does have a wound there, which I understand. Like, he did get stabbed, and that does suck, and that would hurt really bad. He's conscious longer from the gun after the gunshot.
Guess I remember the safety that time, you bastard.
Careful. This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life for one last scare.
Not in my movie.
Wow. Let's go back here a little bit. Wow. And that's the other thing that I've heard people say why they think like Roman Bridgers is coming back and all this other fucking bullshit, because he didn't get shot in the head. And in a Scream movie, you have to get shot in the head, I guess. I don't know. Like, I get that that's what they say, but that's obviously not real. Like, I've even seen people say, well, Mickey should be alive then. What the fuck? This can't be real, right? This is just like some bullshit thing that we're doing right here, right? Like people that are way too into the franchise that are think this stuff is real, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? I think I got myself in too deep into the Scream fan franchise. Whichever movie was made about toxic fans, I think it was Scream 5 or whatever. After joining the fan club thing, it made me realize what they were talking about. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. This shit's unhinged. Like, some of this shit's just too much. But anyway, that's pretty much the end of the video. The whole point, Stu's dead. The umbrella shot is too powerful. Sydney needs to bring the umbrella back for Scream 7. They just pull up to the house at the final scene and she pops the trunk like in Scream 5, and you think they're going to pull out dueling pistols, and she just pulls out 2 fucking umbrellas, and her and Gail walk in there, umbrellas drawn, and they're just ready to fucking puncture anyone's chest with it and put them out of commission for at least 2 minutes. And at that point, you have 2 minutes to do whatever you want. So it's confirmed, similar to Ness's Bat and Earthbound, the umbrella in Scream is the most powerful weapon. So join me for my Scream coverage. It'll be coming up soon. Obviously, we'll do Scream 7 pretty soon. I'll probably kind of split that in half, do like a spoiler-free section and then do a spoiler section, since I know it's going to be a fresh-ass movie. And I'm going to have to go to the movie theaters to watch it and do the episode after that. Thanks for listening, everyone. Sign up for my Patreon and give me lots of money. Good night.